All right. So, how is everybody doing? What is up? What is up? We are live. Let's go share out this crap so we can get some people in here. What's up, Michael? How you doing, brother? Hey, yeah, I'm a bit late. I had to work late today. I was asked to pull some overtime, so that's why I'm a little late. I guess I don't really need these ear headphones yet. I'll go ahead and take those off. All right. So, um, anytime I get a chance to get a little overtime going, I'm all about that. Sorry, I'm whoring myself out here to some of these other channels and get some people hanging out, maybe get some viewers in here. Got some stuff I need to address today. Hey, Rebecca, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. All right, so let me hop back on my server here real quick. Okay. Just wanted to see what was up. I don't think I missed anyone. All right, so welcome to everybody. Appreciate y'all coming to hang out. I don't have any rock juice today. I'm trying something different here. This is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple, and it's pretty all right. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty decent. After the day that I had today, I needed some. So I guess we'll kick it off with the kind of negative stuff first. We'll get that shit out the way. Um, I'm gonna try to keep this stream around an hour because I literally just walked in the door and I haven't even ate anything for dinner yet. So I have to eat something before I go to bed so I can get up and do it all again tomorrow. Um, so I don't think anybody that's on here right now knows, but Becky and I, um, the artist formerly known as Mrs. Ghosts, have officially parted ways. Um, she has decided to move on with her life with someone else, and I have in turn decided to move on with my life and find someone else. Um, I have no ill will towards her at all. I'm not angry with her. I'm not mad at her. Um, I'll miss her being around because she was my partner in crime in this channel. She's been in some of the videos and she's helped with some of the videos behind the scenes. So that's going to be missed. I wanted to get on here and publicly state that I wish her well in all her future endeavors. I wish her nothing but happiness, with her new life. Again, not angry, not upset, not bitter. She is welcome to come to the lives and hang out anytime she wants. And if she chooses to do so, she will do so free of any hate, any anger, any negative comments towards her. She's also welcome to hang out in the Discord whenever she wants to as well. And again, no hate, no anger, no negative comments. And if I see them, I will deal with them as I see fit. I don't want that. Like I said, I hold no ill will towards her at all. And I wish her the absolute best. That being said, and please don't, if she comments on videos, don't go give her no hate. Don't say nothing to her. Don't do it. It's just don't do it. It's just don't. There's no reason for it. So anyway, moving on. I actually stopped at the liquor store on the way home to grab some beer, and I found something really, really cool that I wanted to share with you guys. I was actually alerted about this from Becky. She actually is the one who told me about it a while back. So apparently Angry Orchard released a special edition of their beers that feature horror characters on them, I guess. So I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, looking at the right spot, and I found this, which is absolutely fucking cool. That right there is so badass. Like, there are 2 of these in the 12 pack that I bought, so I don't know if I'm going to drink either one of them. I may just put them up just because they look really cool. As far as I know, I think there's a Michael Myers and a Freddy one too. I think I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure there's a Michael Myers one. But yeah, that's freaking cool, like super cool. As you can tell, I'm a Friday the 13th, Jason fan, because we all know Jason is way better than Michael. Because Michael sucks, but he's still cool, but nowhere near as cool as Jason. So anyway, so as far as the channel stuff is going, I do have something that I am working on currently. In light of recent events, I kind of halted production on it a little bit, but I'm going to get back on track probably this weekend sometime and get that all taken care of so I can get you guys out some content, because you guys deserve it, and I want to get back into it and start putting it out. Yeah, I know, right, Rebecca? That's cool as shit. I want to find the other ones. I asked the guy at the store, and he said they were supposed to have a delivery of more of them today. And so I guess I'll check back tomorrow and see if they have any more of them, so I can try to get at least the Michael one. Yeah, I used to have a pretty stout collection of horror pop figures. I don't know if you guys know what pops are, the little vinyl figures that come in the small boxes. But unfortunately, I lost all of those when I lost my storage unit last year. Actually, it might almost be 2 years. 2 years ago. Year and a half, something like that. I lost all of those. And now I'm seeing that some of the figures that I had are worth money and are pretty expensive to replace. Hopefully that fan's not blowing too loud. But So, anything anybody wants to do? You guys want to talk about something? Topics? Anything you would like to discuss? I know the whole Beardo incident is over with. He's obviously back online now, and everything is cool. Just checking my phone. Sorry, thought I heard something. Um, I was watching, or well, not really watching, listening to Side Eye Guy's new video on the way home. He did a video on Lee the Tit, so if you haven't seen that, you should go check it out. And make sure you subscribe to him and buy his merch. I tell you, I can get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I'll put together some merch myself, but at this point, I don't see a point in it. But yeah, I got some ideas for some things that I want to do. I'm actually planning on trying to put together a package of video for Maggie's Bridge, which is a supposed haunted location. It's not too terribly far from where I am right now. I've got some video investigation footage that I've taken that I've got to edit because I was attacked by bugs the whole night because I was filming it during the summer, and yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of fun. So I'm gonna see if there's any footage I can salvage out of that. I've got some footage that I think Becky filmed it, which was back in the woods behind the bridge, where we found an abandoned homeless camp that had been set on fire. Yeah, me too, Michael. That was some bullshit, you know. But I mean, at the same time, I'm glad I'm seeing these things, not because I want people to have to go through them, but I'm learning on what I can do and what I can't do. And you know, at some point, I'm hoping the channel will gather enough to monetize. I'm not. Oh shit. Uh, Sorry. I was talking about the whole copyright thing and how I was trying to learn, um, how I was learning by seeing what was going on in the community as far as what you know what you can and you can't do, and the whole copyright deal and how to edit the videos properly and like cover up the video and reverse it, and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I'm learning. I'm watching what's going on out there, and I'm seeing how to do things differently, so I don't get caught up in that. Which I'm sure I will at some point. Some asshat's gonna get mad because I fucking did their video and pulled it apart and proved that they were lying about it and it wasn't real. You know, I still want to do that video, a video of those two females, but I'm kind of scared because they're two females and they, how do I say this without sounding horrible? Flaunt their assets, if you will. We'll go with that. And I just know me well enough to know that if I try to do one of their videos, I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me in trouble. You know, I just know it. I know me well enough to know that I'm not gonna get away with it, or I'm not gonna not say something. But I may try. I don't know. Well, yeah, definitely, Rebecca. It's definitely that. I mean, the whole thing with Beardo was done, by design. To prove a point, which is pretty stupid to do that to somebody. Just because they they called you out and proved that your shit was fake. If you don't fucking fake shit, you won't have that problem. Nobody's gonna mess with you. Or if you put on there that it's entertainment, the biggest example of that is Jasco. Jasco puts on his videos that it's for entertainment now. And so I can look at his videos every so often, which I don't watch them very much because I'm not a big fan of Jasco. No offense to him. Seems like a great guy, just not a big fan of his videos. But, he's labeling them as having, or being, what's the word I'm looking for? Entertainment. I haven't checked in a while, but last I looked, his buddy Chris, I think, is still trying to pass his off as legit. Which is, if that's the case, it's unfortunate because I know Chris personally, and he's a pretty cool guy. I really like him. He's a nice dude. But, it really is what it is, I guess. Um, I do know that, hopefully, as the channel gets, a little bigger and start getting a little more of a following, I'm gonna be looking to have some mods because at some point, I mean, when I was doing these lives before, before I took the break, I had some idiots in here, spamming shit and just being stupid. Um, I'm gonna be looking for some mods. I do have one mod already. She unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight because she's not feeling well. So, um, if anybody is interested in that, hit me up. Um, I don't expect a lot out of you. I'm not asking people to do a lot because, I mean, there's not a lot going on right now. So, I mean, basically just, sharing stuff, putting up links and stuff like that in the chat. And just, making sure that people aren't doing stupid shit or saying stupid shit in the chat. I don't want any negative stuff. Criticism I understand, but, when it gets to a point where it's too much, it needs to be handled. So, like I said earlier, is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Is the, what's his name? Cody Rhodes like to say, what are we going to talk about? Tell you what, though, I need to get some shit going on in this apartment. I need to get some art up on the walls, some pictures and stuff. I don't really have anything up. Hell, I'll be honest with y'all, I don't even have a damn couch. I have a bed over there with some pillows on it that I lay slash sit on and watch TV out here. Um, when we moved in, a couch was given to us by my mom and dad, but it wouldn't fit up the stairwell because the stairwell was too small. So that kind of sucked. So I've got to find a smaller couch that I can put in here. This place looks like a fucking bachelor pad, straight up, like straight up. I mean, mattress on the floor, the whole nine. Like it's bachelor pad central in here. I mean, literally, it is a bachelor pad now, but but it's gonna come around. I'm gonna start getting some stuff, slowly but surely, and making it look more livable, if you will. Oh, and if y'all don't mind, I know there's not very many people in here, but if you could hit that like button for me, that'd be real cool. I'd appreciate that. So nobody's got anything to talk about? Not at all. No? Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Um, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is damn true. Three Eye Atlas. I honestly don't know what that is. Let me do a little Google search here. Let's see. Three Eye Atlas. NASA revealed the interstellar comet Three Eye Atlas. Hmm. So it's a comet. Let's see. We got a little article here. Gotta accept them damn cookies, y'all. Jesus Christ. Okay, so. ESA observed collected information about comet is behaving and what it is made of. That looks pretty cool. Um, yeah, I don't watch a lot of news. Matter of fact, I can even tell you the last time I watched the news. I get most of my news from the news outlets I follow on Facebook. Um, that's pretty much it. I don't like. I don't have cable TV here. I have internet. Um, I didn't watch much cable TV when I was at where I was before, and I didn't see the point in getting it here, so I don't deal with it. So it's made up of plasma tail. I have two tails. Plasma tail made up of electrically charged gas, and then there's a fainter dust tail made up of tiny solid particles stretching to the lower left of the frame. Huh, cool. That's it. That's interesting. I used to be big into all that stuff. I used to like try it when you would see like online or whatever. You would see somebody say, "Oh, there's supposed to be a meteor shower tonight or whatever." I used to be big into like trying to watch that stuff, and then like when I wouldn't see anything, or I'd see barely anything. But I do want to share a quick story about that. This was probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. Um, I was out one night, and I had went to see Becky when she was living over here where we're at now, or I'm at now. I was on my way home back to Ellendale, and I stopped at a red light and just happened to look up, and I saw this big green ball just like looked like it was falling out of the sky, and that shit was crazy, like super crazy. Like I sat there looking at it, and the light changed, and the person behind me started blowing the horn at me. Like that's one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen. I did get to witness a meteor shower when I was a kid. I had a girlfriend at my grandmother's house, and we were laying on a lounge chair in the back deck, and just happened to look up and saw it. Didn't even know it was supposed to happen or anything. And I looked up and saw it, and all of a sudden I see all these, you know, falling stars or I guess meteors or whatever, and it was pretty cool. But I would have been, I don't know, 17, 16, 17 maybe. Um, I know when I was a small kid, we used to have this thing every week. We would go to this place called the planetarium, and like the whole entire roof of it, they would turn into like a night sky, and you get to see like the planets, and you get to see the sun and how all that stuff works and everything, like all the constellations and shit like that. Um, but yeah, that I'm gonna have to do some more research on that this comet, and I will definitely get back to y'all on that one. So anything else? Anything else paranormal related you guys want to talk about? Things you want to bring up? Anything you've seen maybe I should look at? Anything that you want to torture me with? Like you guys do, some of you guys do with the side-eye guy? I don't even know if anybody's actually here that was on when I did the live review of the video with those two females in it. God, it was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, it was horrible. I did at one point in the video. I know there was a reaction to a sound that happened before the sound happened, and I almost died. Like, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, really? I sent that video actually to Side Eye Guy, and I asked him if he was interested in doing a reaction to it, and I think he said that he had watched it, but that he hadn't had a chance to really pay attention to it. Thoughts on the Conjuring House? I've not been following that too much. I know that there was some kind of auction. They were supposed to be auctioning it off, and Jason Halls was involved in it. I wish, if anybody's going to own that place, I wish it would be him, because I feel like he would take care of it. But it's kind of hard to really want to pay attention to it when you know that most of the stories that are told about that place aren't even true. The whole Bathsheba thing and all that stuff none of it's true. And I mean, it's sad, because I mean, it's a cool looking place though. Oh, that wasn't the same video. That was a different one. But yes, that was pretty funny. I know what you're talking about. That was a different video. But yes, I think that was the same live though. I think I did that one first, or did that one second. I don't remember. But yeah, that I need to go back and try and find these videos so I can actually do a proper reaction to them. But yeah, they were on a trail and they kept hearing sounds, and obviously they weren't real sounds, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's hard to really want to follow that. I mean, it was funny when Jacqueline was involved in it. That shit had me rolling, man. That woman's got issues upon issues upon issues. Like, I mean, that was bad. Like, the video of her like talking to the cop when she got pulled over, that shit was hilarious. Excuse me. Like, that had me in tears. I was laughing so hard. But like I said, if it's getting bought by him, then that's cool. Like, I feel like he's gonna take care of the place. I know there was rumors of I think it was Matt Rife or something was talking about buying it at one point. I think. I know he didn't buy it. Yeah, she needs help. Like, I hope wherever she is now, she's getting some help, because either she's acting really, really good, and all of it was a bunch of bullshit to try to bring, business to the Conjuring House, to pay the fucking outlandish prices that she had to go there and film. Like, I mean, the prices were ridiculous. Like, it was off the fucking chain. Because I mean, yeah, none of the shit that happened there is is real, or at least most of it anyway. But I mean, let's face it. If you're wanting to try to get some kind of views and stuff on your channel, if you can go to the Conjuring House and put that in your tag, I mean, obviously people are going to watch it. But I mean, yeah, I think that he bought him and Elton, I think is his name, bought the Warren Museum, which I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and trash people that aren't around any longer, but I it's I think it's pretty safe to say that most of their stuff was publicity stunts, to make money. Sorry, I had to answer a message real quick. Oh, so you live near the Warren Museum? That's cool. I mean, I would like to go check it out. I mean, I'm always down to go check some stuff out. I would love to go check out the Conjuring House. I would love to go in there and film some content. And even if I can't film, just go check it out. So I could say I was there. There's a lot of places around the United States I want to go check out. The Basilica Axe Murder House, I want to go check that out. There's a few places. Once I get, you know, financially stable and I can spare some money to go, drive to some of these places, because I'm not gonna fly, I'll drive. But I mean, yeah, there's quite a few. There's, I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted at the moment. I apologize. So yeah, like the Basilica House, I want to go there. What's the other place? The Sally House, I would love to go there and check that out. Even though, if you know anything about the Sally House, there was never anyone named Sally that had anything to do with the Sally House. So I'm not sure why they continue to use that name, because many researchers have stated that. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like they go out there and they say all this stuff, but they have no proof. They have no proof to back it up, and that's the problem. And I mean, that's what we as investigators are doing. We're going out trying to find proof, you know. And I've had some questionable experiences, while I've been out, but nothing that I got on video. Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure he was a used car salesman at one point. But that's that. I've had some experiences, but I can't prove it. I can't sit here and tell you definitively that it was a paranormal experience. I felt like it, but you know I have no way to prove that to you. So me telling you that is just me saying it. It's not like I have a. It's not like I got all of it on video. I mean, there's been a couple of places. There was a small bridge that we went and filmed at a couple years ago, where it felt like something pushed my hand down when I was trying to put a cigarette in my mouth, which is kind of probably a good thing. But there was a point where we went and we played the clap game. Hey, if you're out there, and clap. If you hear this, can you repeat it back to us? And, clap, clap, clap. And very, very faintly, you heard something which sounded like a clap. Now, mind you, we're outside, so it could have been anything. But, it sure as hell sounded like clapping. But again, there's no way to prove that. It's not like there was we were filming, and all of a sudden you see a ghost in the background, hanging out and waving his hands. Yeah, that's true. That's one of the reasons why they use that name still. I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, you know, you have all these investigators going in there calling for Sally, and Sally's not there. There's nobody named Sally anywhere near that place, or no person named Sally that was ever there. I watched, or we watched. Matter of fact, last time when I was live last week, we watched that video of the twins, which I apologize for putting you all through that, but it is what it is. Um, they were at the Sally house, and the whole time they were there, Sally, hey, Sally, 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 Sally. Of course, Demon Bro and all that stuff in between. But they're talking to Sally. They're talking about how there was 37 deaths in there, and 46 people fell down the stairs, and you know 19 people hung themselves from the railing and everything else under the sun. And then of course Demon Bro. But and my device device said, you know, my mom didn't give me enough hugs when I was a child. I don't know, whatever. It's, but yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a name. Same thing with the Conjuring House. It's the name is what gives it the recognition. Damn, it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to drink it too fast though, because I ain't trying to get no buzz tonight. Oh, okay. The white lady. What is it with the white lady? Like most of the places, like there's a place that's supposedly haunted, which I know it's not, but um, actually not too far from Maggie's Bridge, where supposedly there was a lady in white. And I've been out to that place. I think I filmed a video. It's one of the early videos on the channel. Um, and I've been out there without filming, both with people and by myself. And I never saw no lady in white. I never heard nothing. I never, I mean, yeah, some animals in the woods, because I mean it's a woods on both sides of the road. But and the creep factor was high. It was a creepy spot, because you're on a really short road that's surrounded by woods. So I mean it's creepy, but I didn't see anything that I could say was paranormal. Like I said, I heard some sounds in the woods, but I mean you're surrounded by woods. There's animals in the woods. So I mean but I like the lady in white thing. That's funny, and I think that nowadays that's brought up a lot because of the Supernatural show. Yeah, that's true. What color is the ghost? Right? I don't know. There's so many questions that I have. Like so many questions that I have that I would love to get answers to. But I don't think we're ever gonna know until we're gone, and in which case, you're not gonna be able to tell anyone. And I feel like this. I feel like if a ghost or a spirit really wanted to communicate with us, if they could, I feel like they would do it in a way that you would know. You know what I mean? Like if you walked into a haunted place and you were like, "Hey, if there's a spirit in here, can you move that ball over there?" I feel like that ghost would pick that sumbitch up and hurl it at your face. Just to, "Hey, I'm here." You know. That's why it's funny to me when you watch some of these fake channels, with the ball rolling down the stairs. Like the one like the last week, the twins video, you could clearly see there was some kind of a string taped to that ball. You could see it. I mean, I have a feeling that if they really wanted us to know and they could tell us, they would. I believe there's spirits around us. I feel there's ghosts around us. I just feel like I feel like they can't necessarily contact us or interact with us. I feel like maybe on occasions they figure out ways to do so, but it's not, you're not catching it on camera. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, like, I feel like those things happen when you least expect it to happen. It says there's 4 people watching here, and there's only one person talking other than me. So, if you're watching, man, jump in a conversation. Help us out here, because I'm drowning. I'm really running out of stuff to talk about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired, man. Like I said, I worked a 10-hour day today, and I'm not used to doing that anymore. It's an energy issue. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, like, if like, I look at people using those gadgets that are supposed to, like, charge up the energy, and Kenny Biddle's disassembled those and basically said that they're absolutely useless. Like, they don't do anything. It's just a gadget that makes noise, basically. You know, I've been somewhere where somebody used one of those. I guess they call it a pump or whatever, and like, I had to smile when he was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put the pump in the room and turn it on, and it'll ramp up the activity in there." And then, we went in there after the pump was on for like an hour, and shit didn't happen, nothing, at all. And it was just like, okay, so what was the purpose of that thing making all that fucking noise for no reason? I mean, I just don't buy that. You can purchase a machine off the internet for 50, 60, $100 that can ramp up the energy and pass that energy on to a spirit so that they can communicate with you. I can't buy it. Sorry, I just can't. I mean, that ranks right along there with the ghost apps that everybody likes to use. I just can't buy that a ghost, of any kind, but definitely a ghost from back way back in early in the 1800s and the early 1900s and all that stuff, that's never seen a fucking cell phone before. Like, they're gonna run up to that thing and try to talk to you through it. If they saw that thing, they'd be terrified of it because they wouldn't know what the hell it was. I mean, yeah, okay, a modern day spirit, yeah, they're gonna know what that is, obviously, but let's face it, if we're trying to contact spirits, most of us are trying to contact old spirits. They're not going to know what the fuck that is. They're going to call it blasphemous and the devil and everything else. Like, I mean, it just blows my mind that these channels are out there, passing off these, spirit talker and, what is the other one? Necrometer or whatever the hell it is, as being, legit. And they're not. They're not legit at all. It's just a damn word bank that spits out random phrases. And these guys have gotten so good now, they can replicate the voice and make that thing say whatever the hell they want to fit their narrative of their video. As we saw in the video last week from the twins, whenever the phone was in view of the camera, it was blurred out, so you couldn't even see what was on the screen. So it's because they're manipulating it. And they're overlaying sounds in there to fit their narrative. I mean, that's a question, Dina, that I can't answer that. I don't know. Maybe they can. I mean, I would like to think so. Yeah, of course they make money from it. I mean, it's all about making money. But that brings me up to another topic that they're out there selling fake shit and getting paid from it. And they're hoodwinking all these people, bamboozling them, and it's not just on them, it's also on the people too, because you can't completely fault the channels, you can't completely fault the twins, you can't completely fault Leave the Tit, because if people are gullible enough to watch those videos and think that they're real, You know, I mean, you got to kind of look at them too. You got to kind of, look at the people too. I mean, I don't know if anybody watching here knows or has heard of CJ Faison, but, I know him. I've met him. I've been to his little fake ranch. I used to watch his videos. Actually, I used to watch them with Becky, and you would see the comments. There were people that were genuinely afraid for his safety. Like, really thought he was in danger. Like, for real. And I'm reading these comments, and I'm like, yo, are you serious right now? Like, this is obviously fake. And there's people that are in fear of his life. Like, man, oh my God, you should be careful. You should make sure you pray before you go, and all this stuff. And it's like, like you can't be serious. You can't really believe that this shit is real. But like I said, they're out there. And I mean, if they're gonna spend the money on it, then let them spend the money on it, I guess. I just know I can't do it. I can't fake because I have too much of a conscience when it comes to shit like that. I just can't take advantage of people. I can't take people's money like that. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. They want to believe so much that, that they're just not willing to listen to reason. Even if you smack them in the face with it, they just don't. They don't. No, it's not. It's real. I mean, come on, man. It's real. They wouldn't lie to us. Come on. That guy's not trying to make money. He's showing us real shit. But then you watch the video with Dylan in it where the books are flying at him from off camera. That video is so fucking funny. Oh my God. I showed my dad that video and he was like, what the hell? I said, yep. And it was funny because the house that he was in was CJ's ranch. Ranch. And I've been in there. I've been in that house a couple of times. And, nothing like that happened. Nothing. At all. I mean, no bangs, no knocks, no nothing. Nothing at all. No weird sounds. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing that could be even misconstrued as being paranormal at all. Like, there was nothing. I mean, we had, of course, this was back then. We had cat balls set up. A couple of those went off. A REM pod went off downstairs while we were upstairs. But again, who the hell knows what set that off? Can't prove it was paranormal. I've used a REM pod in my videos and it never went off once, ever. Unless I walked up to it and touched it. So I mean, it's not, like, there's nothing there in that place, and I mean, I don't want to get accused of attacking CJ again because I've been accused of that in the past. But, I mean, he's the prime example of one of the biggest fakers out there. Flat earthers. Oh my God, I don't even want to get started on that. I don't even. Nah, I'm gonna leave that one alone because that's just insane to me. Yeah, absolutely insane. I've never understood that. I don't see where there's any proof that the Earth is flat at all. I just don't see it. I mean, if that were the case, that we would, sail a boat and eventually you just, fall off the end and into space? I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just stupid. I'm going to go about another 10 minutes or so here, and then I'm going to have to get up off here. I got to eat something before I go to bed. Unfortunately, I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do all this over again. I might actually try to go live sometime this weekend. I don't know, maybe. It's hard to do weekends because a lot of other people do it, and I'm trying to do, times when other people aren't on, so I can try to get some people watching. I know that Carla was live right now when I went on. I'm not meaning to step on her toes or anything like that. I know Carla and I have had some history, but we're cool as last I checked. Hey, Ronnie, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Um, I was late getting here because I had to work. I worked a couple hours overtime today. Didn't find out about it until I was already at work. But that's the thing. Like I'm trying to get people to watch, and I mean I've been on here for almost an hour, and I've got, according to what I'm looking at, 4 viewers. And a part of that's my fault because I'm not consistent with this. But I'm trying to get to a point where I'm gonna try to get to a point where I can get at least a video out a week. I can't honestly do much more than that because I have to work, and I'm also trying to have a life of some sort. But it is what it is. I'm gonna do what I can to make it happen. But what was I saying? Yeah, the whole flat Earth thing, like that, I just don't understand it at all. Beating up my mic here. I like Matt Rife. I don't know if you've ever watched his comedy. He's fucking hilarious. I mean, if he's into the paranormal like that, and it seems like it, because I mean, he's been in some videos with people. I just, like I said, my whole issue is with Ed and Lorraine. I just can't wrap my head around any of the stuff that they have claimed that was, paranormal, and the stories they've told as being anything legit. I don't see it. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have said that, those guys are full of shit. Like I said, I hate to speak ill of the dead because, it's just disrespectful, but at the same time, a lot of people have stated that they're just, they're full of crap. There's been people that have been to the same places that they were that it's basically said they never saw anything and nothing happened. And it's not just one person or two; it's multiple. And I think, who was it that did the video? My brain's not working right now. Somebody did a video on the Warren Foundation not too long ago. What is his name? My brain's not working right now. Who didn't buy it? I thought he did buy it. Not the Conjuring House, but the museum. Oh, I don't know. I thought he bought it, but maybe he didn't. I'd have to, again, I've been dealing with so many personal things going on for the last few months. Like, I've been out of the loop. The last 6 months has been a lot of personal shit. And I've been out of the loop on a lot of stuff. I've just, over the last maybe 2 weeks, started getting back into watching videos and, finding out what's going on in the paranormal community. So I'm behind. And I'll get caught up. I'll get there. I'll start, doing some more stuff and, watching some more videos to figure out all these things that are going on. But, those of you that do come to watch the lives, I appreciate the hell out of it, man. Like, it means a lot to me that, a couple people would take time out of their life. Right? Annabelle possessed by a demon. That's not that. Come on, man. It's just a fucking doll. It's not even real. My God, people drove miles and miles and miles to go take a fucking picture with that stupid doll and waste their fucking money on it. Like, it's insane to me. I know people who did it. I know people. Unfortunately, I know someone who did it. Wish I didn't, but, hey, whatever. Wasted money. I think it was $90 a person to do an investigation with the doll brought along. And people are doing it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And the people making the money off of it are sitting in the corner laughing. Just, rolling in the money. I mean, they were trying to blame the Annabelle doll on some house catching on fire or some shit. Some old plantation house catching on fire and all this. And oh, my God. And there was some video about the doll was missing or some shit at some point in time. I don't know. It ran away. Who fuck knows? Excuse me. I apologize. Ugh. It's just, I don't know, crazy to me. Can a spirit possess an object? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's no proof that it can, and there's no proof that it can't. So, I mean, it's all up to what you believe. Right? Oh my God. And like that's like Robert the Doll, you know what I mean? Like the one that you're not supposed to fucking look at or take pictures of unless you ask permission, and you're not supposed to say things around the doll and people will die or whatever. Yeah, sorry. You're gonna die if you look at the doll cross-eyed or whatever, or break wind in the room or some shit. I don't know. Whatever it was. I mean, honestly, if I saw that doll and I'd probably kick it across the room. Right? It's stupid. If you were a demon, why the hell would you want to possess a doll? Why not a person? You could do something with it. You could make them walk around and, cause chaos. I don't want to use any other words. Right? It's just, I don't know, man. Like, there's so many things that are out there in the paranormal world that you just, like, if you have an open mind and you use your brain and you do research, there's no way that shit could be true. I mean, or do you want to look at it that way? Maybe it is true. Maybe the doll is haunted. I don't think so. I've not seen anything that stands out to me that somebody could show me that proves 100% that doll's haunted. I've not seen any proof. And the people in the field that know more than I do have not seen any proof, because if they had, they would share it. They're not going to keep that shit to themselves. They're going to show it to everybody so they can see it. So, I mean, to me, it's like, you want me to believe that doll's haunted? Show me some proof. Show me some definitive, 100% holy shit proof. I want to see a video where I can see proof of that doll and be like, oh shit, like that. Oh wow, that really happened. Okay, then I'll believe it. Until then, as far as I'm concerned, it's a damn doll. It's a damn doll made of cloth and stuffing and yarn. And that's about how I feel. But we're gonna start winding it down here, and my stomach's down here rumbling. I'm hoping y'all can't hear that. Oh, but it is what it is. I mean, there's so many questionable things, like I said, in the paranormal field. I mean, you could write a series of books on it. You know what I mean? Like, on all the questionable things. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll do a video on it at some point, like make a list of like the top 10 questionable things in the paranormal, real quick before I get off, and this, like the Dybbuk box. The Dybbuk box has been proven to not be real. It was a story made up, I believe, by a college student, years ago. The guy's admitted he made it up. It's not real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much more plain it can be, but yet you still have all these fake paranormal channels out there like, man, I'm going to open this demon Dybbuk box. And, and of course, they open it and, shit's flying around the house or the room or they're in or whatever. And, I mean, it is what it is. The Ouija board's another one. There are so many people that swear that shit happened with the Ouija board. I had an experience when I was a kid that I thought maybe it had jumped off my lap, but now that I'm older and analyze that situation, I can't say that I didn't make it fly off my lap. I just didn't realize it. Or something scared me and I jumped. I mean, I can't guarantee any of that. But again, like I said, I do appreciate y'all for coming and kicking it with me for a little bit. Um, if you're not subbed, please hit the sub button. Please hit the like button for me, and stay tuned. I'll be getting some stuff out soon. Um, like I said, maybe I'll put out that top 10 or top 5, controversial things in the paranormal community or whatever. Do some research on it. I do appreciate the hell out of y'all. It means the world to me that, you know, even if it's only a few people took time out of their life to sit in front of their computer or phone or whatever and watch my dumb ass sit here and talk about random bullshit. Um, I love y'all, man, and I definitely see y'all on the next one. And oh, dude, I forgot my tagline. So like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because as we know, every time it rings, a fake paranormal channel cries. And love y'all and see y'all on the next one. And